It's the tricky debates.
A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. This is a quote by Mignon McLaughlin. On that note, you're warmly welcome to the Tricky Debate. I am HKO Live. Oh, yeah.
Tricky Debates. It's fun, awkward talk.
Well, send us your WhatsApp or voice notes to 024 488 3008. 024 488 3008. Question is this: is it okay for married couples to maintain opposite gender best friends? Let's debate this. All right, so debating tonight from the red corner is Miss Philo, who is in a very nice outfit tonight. She says it's a yes, and yes. And from the blue corner is Nana Ehuntahun. Nana says it's no. You can't have friends, let alone being best friends with members of the opposite sex.
Tricky Debates. It's fun, awkward talk.
All right. How are you? Both of you seem tired.
Well,
But like somebody said, does I care? No. So
doing good.
you are doing good. All right. Now, this afternoon I heard it's a very nice story, and I want to share with you. I don't want any of you to laugh. Do you promise not to laugh?
If it's laughable, why not?
All right. So here we go. So the story says that there was this guy who was drunk. Okay. So he went to see his friends and told them that he's now Jesus Christ. His name is Jesus Christ. And they said, oh, Charlie, then he told them that, oh, he can prove to them that he's Jesus Christ. So they should follow him. So they followed him, and then he took them to the bar where he had gotten drunk, right? So as soon as he opened the door and the bartender saw him, he was like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing here again? I told you to go home and sober out. So that's how come he became Jesus Christ. Then he turned around and told his friends that, you see, I told you that I am Jesus Christ. Okay.
Very funny.
It's the Tricky Debates.
Last week, Miss Philo started, so this week, Nana is starting.
No, last week I was
I know.
Don't worry.
No.
I start.
Your first 4 minutes
I think,
starts now.
Good evening to our
Yes.
cherished listeners. Yeah, it is something that is funny, though.
Oh, what is funny? The
It's
story
funny.
about the drunkard or the...
No. It's funny that at least you are not married and your best friend, when you are not still, which is an opposite sex, tends to
Yes.
still be your best friend.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Genty, I don't know yes or not.
No, this is not about relationship. This is normal friendship.
No. Let's set the ground rules.
Normal friendship.
This is normal friendship
normal friendship.
with no strings attached.
Yep.
No. You are saying normal friendship. That is normal friendship to you.
Oh,
No, you see it to be a
the
normal
controversial
friendship.
man is on the floor, so allow him.
So you go.
You see it to be a normal friend.
I've taken 30 seconds of your time.
For me, I see it not to be a normal friend.
All right, now your 4
You
minutes
get
start.
it?
Okay.
Nothing makes it to look normal. Okay. With that, before, it has to come with 4 different things. First, emotional challenge. Sorry. You have a relationship being stuck somewhere. You have your personal risk when it happens like that. Before you go on, when you have this girlfriend of yours, a very good friend of yours, who is assuming to you there's no strings attached, but there's a saying that eja, and I say eja any issue ain't me nantimani ye. And there's also saying that how can you put both the mouse and then the cat in one room? So let's carry on. When you talk about it, whenever you have something like that, your relationship that you are in start to shake a little, because there's a lot of something that you call jealousy and insecurity. Your partner realizing that you have your best friend is everything of yours. I mean, say oba menchen kra na ye bibia okwa akobo best friend na mane. And it's no, because she's your best friend though, he's your best friend though, but so far as you are married, there should be a distance. There should be a gap between the two of you. Because you can never be like the same as you were. Because na girlfriend, and I'm saying your friend that there's no string attached to it, the person is in your bedroom, and I say, I mean, it tends to be something. And also emotional intimacy, because sharing that period together, your partner gets emotional, because sometimes you can laugh with your best friend, who is a different person altogether. Let's say you are a man, and then your best friend is a female, or a woman, and you'll be there, you'll be laughing, cracking jokes on phone. What do you think will happen to your partner or your wife? They are jealous, baby. And even if you set boundaries, always there's a boundaries confusion. Your partner gets confused, because you said, okay, fine, when you come home, there's no calls, or we are not going to make any calls, or we are not using our phones and that and things. Like we stay together, we will not let any calls or any anything to interrupt us.
Okay.
But before you realize, or before you go to work and then you are talking to the person, how do you think your partner will feel? How do you think your partner will realize that maybe there was a chat between the two of you which brings a lot of laughter? Hey, Charlie, normally when you are talking to your best friend, you forget that even the person is even married. Hey, so yesterday, how many rounds were you able to go? I mean, it brings a lot of things, a lot of jokes comes out from you. And when it happens like that, and your partner or your wife goes and have a look at it with a chat, it tends to be something. So I just stand with the view that whenever it happens, the two of you should separate. Like, your friendship has to have its own limit.
All right, thank you, Nana. Miss Philo, your first 4 minutes begins now.
Okay, so a very good evening.
You are saying that we should maintain.
Yep.
Yes. I like to hear it, because I have friends.
A very good evening to our listeners, for always keeping it locked down here, just to listen to us and also enjoy what we bring on the table for them. Okay, so I am for the motion. I said it's good, right?
Yes.
It's good to have opposite gender friendship.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. Why am I saying that is good? The fact that I'm married and I can't make male friends. No, I can. One of the reasons that it helps is, like, you have your personal freedom. Do you understand? So when you have your personal freedom, you choose your own friends, regardless. You choose your own friends. And I think that before you choose friends, you don't just choose friends. You choose wisely. So if I have the opposite gender to be a friend with, at least that person will teach me a thing or two about their gender, that gender, what goes into. See, sometimes if it, I'm a lady, so let me speak for the guys. When you meet with guys, they tell you stuff, so it makes you learn from them. Oh yeah, so for me, I like enjoying the company of guys as compared to Emma. The guys, because the guys, they are eye openers. They open your eyes to certain things that.
Please, it is not your turn. I know you
certain
heard,
things
you
that
heard what
you
she
don't
said.
know.
It's okay.
So he said, so like you having your personal freedom, that is where you are able to work. You are able to choose.
It's okay. We heard that.
You are able to choose your male friends. I'm talking in. I will not mind you. Regardless, I will not mind enough. And then emotional support. See, why am I saying that choosing the opposite gender as a friend, sometimes you get those emotional support. Assuming sometimes there are some people in relationship or marriages, there are certain things that sometimes you find it difficult to probably share with your partner, but you may need somebody to confide in. So what stops you from this friend is somebody you've known for quite a longer time. He or she advises you, right? So you know that no, when it comes to this person, I can share my stuff with. I can trust that he wouldn't go and then tell everybody about my problem. So why not? Why don't I go and then tell him? Then I offload a little burden of what I am carrying. And then there's trust and communication. Yes, and I was saying there's no trust. There is trust and communication, because if you don't have trust, if there is no communication, you can't have the opposite. Like here, I am with my partner. I'm able to open up. We talk well when it comes to communication. We are good communicators. So the person believes me. He knows that no, he trusts me. That no, Philo even getting closer to Ebia Kweku and I wouldn't even become a problem, because I tell the person whatever is happening between us. Yes, if the person even asks me, oh, Ebia, there's something I need to do for the person, he is aware, and he has that trust so much in me that he knows that no, I'll not go and mess up.
Okay.
So when you open up to that person, I don't see the reason why you can't have the opposite gender as a friend. And then one thing to social benefits.
Social benefits.
Social benefits.
Oh, okay.
Why am I saying social benefits? Is it the kind of friendship they have or they provide, and the benefits? Assuming you, my friend happens to be in. Why are you cutting me off like that?
No, you keep going. The bell will keep ringing.
So assuming I have those male friend who also has so many friends, like links. So it creates that link. So I get to meet Nana and Huntehun. Then through Nana, I get to meet you as well. Through you, I meet people. So socially, I'm able to socialize and then meet people. So whenever I need help, I just call people for the benefits.
Thank you.
You're right.
Thank you.
Okay.
You can fashion that point again and bring it back for your next 4 minutes. Okay? Yes.
Tricky debates. It's fun, awkward talk.
Right, Nana. So your next 4 minutes begin now.
Yes, I still stand with the view that when you are married and your best friends, they are your best friends, but it is not like you have to take them off all of a sudden, but rather you can decide as much as possible that your friendship with them, there will be a gap. Why is it that why am I saying that? I said there's a trust issues, because spouses or romantic issues, feeling threatened by the close relationship. Because when you have a close relationship, when somebody is close to you, you find it in a way that whatever happens in your relationship, you normally go and say, man, the other one say, and they will be advising them. And what other they will say, hey, Mianka, if it were to be me, that's your friends. And especially the men to just advise the woman, what your husband is doing, it's not good at all. Thinking that whether if the situation were to be him, he will handle it the same thing, or he will do something extraordinary. So with that view, there should be a gap difference. And moreover, when it happens like that too, there's something that you normally know, that there's conflict between the marriage, or you the partners, because you spend most time with an opposite gender, best friends, which you don't spend that time with your husband or your wife. Because when you come home, you are exhausted. You spend just few minutes with your partner.
You're exhausted from what?
From work. From work. Like as my colleague is saying that today I'm exhausted. But you could know that by all means, when you went to work, you were able to talk to your friend, that friend of yours. Even you are exhausted, that's why they say that the best person to be your best friend is your husband or your wife. The best person to be your best friend is your husband or your wife.
You're telling me.
You need to know. So when it happens like that, because you always be telling your friend, there always conflict between the marriage, because your friend will advise you differently. Whilst I say, "Bibi, so why you be now?" We Rebecca just say, "Oh, kweku anka onyesa, kweku si minye ni say, kweku si sadi we me fantu ya, kweku si." Then you ask yourself, who is that kweku? Maybe you know the kweku that she is making reference of, but you be so much, you get annoyed that. So if I'm saying something, it is kweku that you prefer, or you have good, I don't know how to describe, like all your faith, everything of yours is about kweku. Who kweku is just a friend of yours, and me being your husband, if you make us who see the kweku and cause you say kweku si me say, and I say I'm see me infantuya, ya see infantuya. How do you feel when it happens like that? And also, I keep on saying that there's always tension between the relationship. There's so much tension, like there's tension because each one of you has best friends, and all of you decide to rely on your best friend when there's an issue. So there's tension between the marriage that you are having, because your best friends are always, or because I say they are mingled in your affair, almost sure when they are mem. And when this happens like that, how do you think your relationship will be like? So I still stand with the view that it is better for you to stay away from your best friends and be with your husband or your wife. You're the best person to be your best friend is your husband or your wife. Thank you.
Okay. Miss Philo.
Okay, so Nana has said a lot, which I know the things that he said, they're all not true. They're not 100% true. Yes, if I have the opposite sex as a friend, or the opposite gender as a friend, why should I have a problem with my communication to my partner? Because work is work. I went to work, we had that chat. That doesn't mean that when I come to the house, I'm going to what? I'll use that as an excuse to say that I am tired of something. And that, just as I said, there's boundaries. So there is not anything that you communicated to your friend, that is the opposite sex friend. It is not every single thing that happens in your relationship that you be communicating it to. So that one, I don't agree with Nana saying that the abesi of fear be no. That is why there are boundaries. So in as much as the person is a friend to me, there is a boundary that bounds us where to cross and where not to cross. So there is not everything that I'll just run to him or her, then I'll go and spill out the bean. No. So that one too, Nana, please come back again. Yes. And then one thing I have, one thing that it's also beneficial when you happens to have a friend who is the opposite sex. One is it foster personal growth.
How?
Personal growth. Like if you're not matured up there, you can't keep such people as friends.
Okay.
You get it, right? If you're not matured up there. So like you being closer to them, the awareness is there. You become very conscious of yourself. When and where to meet, the kind of conversations, you know the things that if I say this, it may trigger that or it may trigger that. So you know what to say and what not to say. And since that maturity is there, you're always within your space. You don't talk anyhow like that. So like it makes you grow. A man will say, no, I'm matured now. Because you see, if you're not matured upstairs there, that is where you be having a problem by everything. Then you run to the person, no, I can't say, be immature way, then you act that way. So being friends with the opposite sex, there is that maturity and growth, right? So for me, I think it's best to have them. Set your boundaries. Know your limits, the do's and the don'ts, then keep them, because Charlie, trust me, the opposite sex helps you to learn a lot of things. It also promotes what? Emotional intelligence. Emotional and intelligence. Like for instance, me being closer to let's say for instance you, HQ. Look at the way he said. Maybe, let's say, for instance, I'm closer to you. In a way, no, my intelligence, when it comes to weighing of my intelligence level, no, I may be down. But the kind of things you say, no, mature me, so you compel me to what? To learn and to know more. So, one way or the other, I become more intelligent. I grow on that. Yes, I grow on that. So, why wouldn't I keep such a person as a friend? Because always I learn from you, and that thing also pushes me to always wanting to know more. So I will be learning. So in intellectual wise, I'll be what? I'll be growing, and I'll become more intelligent than I was.
Okay.
Do you get it? So for me, I still stand that no, you have to keep them. It is very, very positive to have those people around you, but just set boundaries. That's it. Thank you.
All right.
Tricky debates. It's fun, awkward talk.
All right. So now we are going to do our banter and rebuttals. So we'll have the next 6 minutes to do that. Anybody can go at anyone. Nana, please begin.
No. Now she was making a submission by saying that he said they should be what? They should set boundaries. Yes, there are a lot of boundaries that you set across when it comes to that friendship and a relationship. But she has also forgotten that boundaries that are set, if you are not careful, because you don't intend to have a relationship with someone. You don't intend, because the person is your best friend, but you don't intend of having any romantic feeling with that person. But before you realize you are in it.
Yeah.
Especially when your relationship is not going the way you want.
When the relationship you have is not going
the way you want. And maybe the person is not your ex, the person is your best friend. By no words of encouragement, you don't intend to have.
Now encouraging you to other areas.
Before you realize you are into a relationship.
No, but why?
And at the same time, you come and tell me that medium in Pemba. One Pemba now.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do what?
No, listen. These are friends for friends' sake. So if my relationship or my marriage is not going as the way I wanted it, why should that end the two of us in a relationship? It means that we attach some emotional feelings to that friendship. We went beyond that. We didn't know that, no, this is just a normal friend.
But the question becomes, can you be friends with somebody without having emotional attachment?
Yes, why not? You can. The emotional attachment comes in so many ways.
Okay.
And which ways are you looking at?
The ways you are talking of is the negative way. No, I am thinking of the positive way.
Like somebody can just, because the person is just your best friend, and realize that maybe you are enjoying your marriage. The person can just even say that no, this relationship is not any relationship that you have to be into it.
Then it means, then I'm sorry to say that you are not matured upstate. That is why I said personal growth.
What maturity
When
are
that
you referring
maturity
to?
is there, nobody can tell you that in a relationship way your friend can't decide for you. I don't know whether you get it. I'm matured. I knew what I wanted, and I went in for that.
Yeah.
And
the relationship is not
how
going the way
I
you
wanted
want.
it. So I will work it out.
You work it out in what way?
In what way?
Because your friend will come and then just tell you.
No.
You just bow.
No.
Gwen,
that is where you are crossing the boundary.
Boundary? Which boundary are you
That
crossing?
is where you are crossing the boundary. It means the boundary you set was not for you. You are not supposed to tell the opposite sex or that your friend what goes on into your relationship.
No, who set their boundaries?
I set the boundary for myself without the person knowing.
Yeah.
So I know what and what not to tell the person.
In other words, have conversations that you can have with this person. Other areas.
Don't forget that the person you are making reference to is your best friend.
But your best friend doesn't.
Your best friend doesn't need to,
and
because
your best friend, which is
trust me. No.
opposite sex.
So do you want to tell me that? Excuse me. Do you want
it's
to tell
an
me
opposite
that?
sex. So normally, especially when the guys we are not behaving as the way we expected, you know, ladies normally feel comfort by not even telling their fellow ladies what is happening at their house.
That's true.
But they rather find comfort in telling the opposite sex that, oh, this is what my husband is doing, or this is what is happening with my husband.
Maybe the husband is also not listening to what she's saying.
It's not about listening.
It is about.
That is why I said earlier on, you should have what? Trust and open communication.
If this your best friend is able to listen, every silly thing, every small thing,
the communication is not working
you
in
have
your
a good communication line.
No,
with
that
this
is where
one.
you people get it wrong.
Why am I getting it wrong?
Let me tell you something. What you have to realize is that when somebody is your best friend, you have all ears. That's why I also make a submission that your wife or your husband should be your best friend.
Granted, I get that.
It? Yes. Because when the person is your best friend, you have all ears.
I don't see the reason why.
Somebody is talking nonsense. Who is sorry to say, who is your best friend? But you have ears of listening to your friend.
No, but I don't
when
see
your
the
wife or your husband is talking that
to ask the
nonsense,
question.
you realize that no.
What you are trying to say is to say you are going to have your spouse as your best friend means that you are literally finding everything that you want in friendship, in relationships, all from that person. Yes. Is that possible?
No, listen. So far as
is that possible?
So far as yes, it's possible.
Is it possible to find all of that in one person?
I wanted to ask you the
your best friend becomes your wife. Listen,
I wanted to ask you this question.
The person tends to be your best friend. It's whereby you share, you give all your info and like the way you talk to your friend.
See,
no, but you do. The person doesn't like football. How do you become best friends?
No, but your female friend, who is a female,
and she likes football.
She likes football.
And your wife doesn't like football. Okay, good. What
does it mean
your wife like?
I shouldn't watch football.
No, your wife's favorite should be part of your favorite.
No, but Nana, you made a statement which I want to.
No,
you said like when the person goes out
to
tell the friend that whatever goes. So assuming that you go to bed, whatever happens in bed, are you going to tell your best friend because you think that person is your best friend? That is why I said the boundaries coming. There are some sensitive.
That's why I said when you are there, there are certain things that you don't realize.
You wouldn't share it out there with that your best friend.
You doesn't know that it happens.
Because mind you that your best friend also has a best friend.
Best friends are accommodative. They accommodate all your silly talks.
No, but best friends also have best friends.
So when you
best friends also have best friends. So whenever you are telling the person something,
and then
you need to be very careful.
Problem, especially the women, when they are downhearted, they find comfort within their best friends.
But you wouldn't go and tell the person
whenever their
your
friends
sexual life
they will just come and call. They will tell you that this and this and this and this is what is happening. Then the best friend will just say, oh, if that's the case, oh nyabotre. Oh yes, see.
For me, I still stand
they are the
that
friends that will
being friends with the opposite sex or the opposite gender is the best. That is when you are matured, when it helps you to grow, it helps you to become more intelligent. You learn a lot from them. So for me,
now what you have to also realize is that when you are using the word
this will
matured,
be your last point, though.
When you are using the word matured. Each one and every person is matured. Depends on what the person is doing that you think that the person is not matured. You get it? Because maturity.
And some things obvious.
No. If I ain't matured enough, I can't be friends with. I can't be friends with a male partner. A male
maturity
friend.
happens in certain
What
ways.
I say.
Because there are certain things that you see it that wait there.
And this one I disagree with
this
you.
one is not. This person is not matured.
Please.
Because of this attitude.
All right.
Oh, no, Mr. Henry, please let me make this. The maturity comes in. If I'm not matured, how do I keep the opposite friend?
No, the opposite friend
as a friend.
It's your friend.
My maturity will let me know the kind of conversations we have to share, where and when to meet. The places that we are not supposed to be alone.
You told me that you are married.
So don't go out with friends.
All right.
An opposite sex friend.
Yes.
Then I'll see you at Vienna. Opposite sex friend.
It's not Vienna. It's not Vienna.
Our time is.
It's fun.
Yes.
Awkward talk.
All right. So listen. You guys have spoken for. You've spoken for a while now. Let me also finish with mine. Okay, so having opposite gender best friends can offer advantages like gaining different perspective on life, learning about the opposite sex, and potentially having more balanced friendship dynamic. But the potential downsides include navigating potential jealousy from romantic partners, navigating romantic attraction within the friendship, and potential misunderstandings due to gender differences in communication styles. All right, so thank you to our debaters, Nana Ihuntehun and Miss Philo. I am HKO. Tricky Debate will return next week with another topic. If you'd like to contribute to our debate, just send us a simple WhatsApp as to where you belong. Should we maintain opposite gender friendships at all?